Hello students, welcome to Fatima Convent School. Yes, now you are in high school and we are glad to welcome you to high school. You are in 9th standard. I already met you on Zoom. Yes, and this is a lecture which I am just sending it for the students, those who have not attended the Zoom class. This year, as I told you, in Standard 9, you have two books, Beehive and Moments. Beehive and Moments. Beehive is your main textbook and the Moments is a supplementary book. So when I refer to the supplementary book, I will be referring it to the Moments. When we talk about, please take out your Beehive book or textbook, it will be the Beehive is the one which we will be talking about. Some students ask me, sister, do we have a grammar book like primary? No, dear students, this year you do not have grammar book separate. Whatever is there in the book, whatever grammar from the lessons, you will be given the sentences. And so your doubt was, what type of grammar will you have? Just as what you have studied in primary. Like change the voice, active, passive. You have direct, indirect speech, reported speech, some of you call as, then affirmative, negative, question tag, exclamatory sentences, the type of sentences, and so on. Therefore, you need not worry about grammar. The videos will be sent to you on the YouTube. You will just have to follow the link. Then, poetry. I just want to talk about the poetry because this year, as you start learning the poems, you also have to focus on the figurative language, and that is the devices, poetic devices, figures of speech, which will be explained to you, which will be taught to you line by line when I teach the poem. So let me talk about beehive. What is beehive? You know the meaning of beehive. What is this beehive? Formed by whom? The bees that they form, they work hard, and from where you get the honey, or some students said the other day as the honeycomb. So beehive is the bees who work very hard. They make the beehive, they make the comb, and so the honey has been preserved over there. That honey is the hard work of the bees. And so students, like the bees, if you continue to work hard, you too will succeed and will be able to produce the good result in your 9th and 10th. Now, what is the purpose of this textbook as well as a supplementary book? It is for us, any language, when we talk about the language, when you want to excel in the language, you should read the books. By reading, you will be able to communicate well. And so when you read, you know what you are reading. So I would encourage you to read your textbook, not only English, but even other subjects too, in order to get expert in your English language. You need this language very much to communicate with others. Nowadays, you know that even you want to send the messages, you try to send everything in English. And therefore, language is important to communicate. There shouldn't be any barrier. And to make you expert, to make you understand, to make you communicate well with your friends and relatives and so on, English textbook will help you. Now, in this beehive, you have altogether 11 chapters. You have altogether 11 chapters. Students, there are some marks which you say, tick marks. They have been done because last year these chapters were not there as you had online studies. Some of the syllabus was reduced. From the supplementary reading, there were chapters 1 to 5 only. Here, whichever you see the tick marks over here, those were the chapters or the poems were removed from the syllabus. This year, we do not know how it would be. Whatever the government says, we will have to follow the rules. So, as you see over here, you have altogether 10 units. In the first unit, you have the chapter 1, and that is The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov. The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov. And then you see different color. The Road Not Taken. That's a poetry written by the poet Robert Frost. Now, students, you know that very well. When we talk about the poetry, we talk about poet. And it's not the author. But whereas when we talk about the lesson, when we talk about the prose, it's the author tries to say. So the author over here is Isaac Asimov. But the poet over here is Robert Frost. So you have like this 10, 11 chapters over here. You see, second chapter, in that second unit you have two parts. One is by the Evelyn Glennie. Second is Bismillah Khan. The name of the lesson is The Sound of Music. Then you have a poem. Then you have a poem by Subramania Bharti, Wind poem. So you see altogether there are 11 chapters with the poetry. Okay. Your first chapter, The Fun They Had, will be taught to you. We will begin from the next chapter, from the next class. The Fun They Had by Isaac Asimov. You can see the picture which I will explain to you as we begin the next class. Either all the lessons will be sent to you through YouTube. Also we will be doing it through Zoom classes. So this is about Behave book. Poem, grammar, everything is over here. Then you have moments. What idea comes to you when you think of moments? Some of you answered me in the class. When we think of moments, we cherish the moments we have spent in primary, which we have spent with our friends in the different school or with our family. And so moments are such which you will be cherishing. Now what moments are these which the authors are trying to talk here? This book is called as the supplementary reading. This book is called as supplementary reading. You have altogether 10 chapters in the supplementary reading. Your chapter 1 over here is The Lost Child by Mulkraj Anand. Second is The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. Now, these are very nice lessons to read. They will help you to improve your language. They are like the stories which you can enjoy. But each story has a message for you. And so, like this, there are 10 chapters. Among these, chapter 7 is the one which you have studied, I think, in standard 8 or 7. Similarly, The Happy Prince, chapter 5. In the Kingdom of Fools is the story which the students enjoy a lot. While reading, they laugh. While teaching, they laugh and they enjoy. So students, it is a light reading for you to read to improve your language. So this year we have 2 books, Moments and Behave. And these books will help you to improve your language. With these students, I stop this class over here. I wish to meet you through Zoom and through YouTube. I'll be sending you the YouTube link for your different units and the poetry. Poetry will be explained to you line by line with the figures of speech. We will do this book supplementary reading, that is Moments, later on. We will begin with Behave. Okay, dear students, have a good day. See you in the Zoom classes.